Hello, all my runners. It's Coach Ben again, and today we're going to talk about course. We've already talked about stride and pace, and so today we're going to actually talk about running. We're going to talk about where to run. Now, course is, well, where you are running and what you're running on. No matter where you are running, it's important to know how to deal with the surface, the grass, the dirt, or the pavement under your feet, and the terrain, the hill, the flat, or the downhill that's just ahead of you. Today, I'll show you all of the different kinds of terrain and how courses can be different, and then how to run on them. Now, while you're out and running, pay attention to the terrain that you like and the terrain that you don't like, and then put that into your practice. Does running on grass make you feel wobbly? Practice that. Feel scared or like you're going to fall going downhill? Practice that. Now, surfaces. First, let's talk about the three different kinds of surfaces you can run on. There's a lot of different surfaces in this world, but I think you can group them into three different groups: grass, dirt, and pavement. Now, grass is the softest and the slowest, and pavement is the hardest and the fastest, and dirt's somewhere right in the middle. Hard surfaces are the fastest, but they can be hard on your body too, and hot if they're in the sun. Soft surfaces are easier to run on because they don't hurt your body as much, but they tend to be slower and sometimes slipperier. Now, dirt is right in the middle, and that's why we like to run on it when we can. Now, grass is the next best because it's softer and it's slower, so it's a good way to practice. And if you practice on slower surfaces, it'll make you stronger. Terrain. The uphills and downhills that you'll meet on any course are called terrain, and hills are hard to run up because, well, they're hills, and if you have to fight gravity to go up them. Now, with downhills, gravity pulls you down, but you have to practice running downhill to get really fast and to not be out of control. Flat sections are just flat, and that means at best they can let you rest and just run, but they can also be hard because they can be boring and they make you lose focus. And if you lose focus, that's just slow. Okay, let's talk about how to run on these different surfaces and terrain. Let's start with pavement. It's probably the easiest. It's not slippery and it's usually even and smooth, but a smooth stride is really important to not hurt your joints and muscles on this really hard surface. You can look straight ahead when running on pavement, usually. It doesn't take a lot of paying attention. Now, grass is usually soft and smooth, but it's also a little slower, and your shoes can drag through the grass, and pushing off with your feet just isn't as strong on a hard surface. So you'll need to raise your knees a bit higher and push off a little harder. Also, be careful of hidden holes. No one wants a twisted ankle, so pay attention. Dirt is right in the middle. A good stride and high knees are all that you need. But if that dirt is on a trail, watch out for uneven surfaces, rocks, and roots that can trip you up. Now, hold your hands out a bit more for balance, and you should look down when running on trails to make sure that you can see what's coming. You have to pay attention. Stride. Your stride will change depending on the surface and the terrain. When running on the flat, you should focus on having the best stride that you can. Good high knees, good forward kick, and a good push-off with smooth arms. Just be smooth and you'll be fast on the flats. On the uphills, you need to lean forward a bit to get good traction, and you need to use your arms to propel you forward. A good push up from your front leg is key. That is why we do runner's lunges. Now, when going downhill, balance is key. Anyone can go downhill fast, but you can go faster if you focus on balance. Put your hands out and work on using the free speed that gravity gives you to push forward, but land light. Again, balance is really key there to not fall. Don't get out of control. Other things to think about when you are running a course is the weather and the size of the course you are running. If it's hot and sunny on one part, you might want to ease up there and push yourself when it's cool and shady instead. Also important is how wide the course is. Is it wide open or is it tight and twisty? It's important to be aware of your surroundings on any course, so when it's tight and twisty, you need to pay more attention because you can see less. So now you know what's under your feet and how to deal with the flat, uphill, or downhill that you're about to run, and you've thought about weather and the size of the course. It's really important to also think about the whole course before you run. Know where you're starting from and where you'll finish and what you'll encounter along the way. Where are the hills? Where is it tight and twisty? Is it open and sunny and hot? Can I easily run the entire distance? Always start knowing these things or follow someone who does. Knowing your course, where you're running, and how to run on it is super important. If your stride and your pace are your paints and paintbrush, then the course is your art canvas. Know how to work it and you'll have an amazing run. I hope you enjoyed the short intro to course, and I'll be making more videos soon showing all sorts of fun and interesting courses and how to run them. Where are you running? Want to show me your course? Send me a note along with a picture or a video in my Dropbox. I put a link in the description below. I've also just started an Instagram channel at Never Forget How to Sweat. Give me a like, drop me a comment, say hello.
And as always, I love you. Stay active.